Guys, welcome to the vlog for the week. Today's Monday and I'm still at the lake. It's noon. Brian just now left. If you watched the last couple of vlogs, we drove separate cars because I stayed a little bit longer than him, and he left because he was done with work. I have to work a couple of more hours and then I'll be leaving, but everything's all clean and everything, so it's basically just finishing up my work. Car's already loaded, all that kind of stuff. I am going to grab a little bit of lunch. But yeah, he hasn't decided if he's, tonight the Kansas City Chiefs play, he hasn't decided if he's going to watch it at home or go over to his buddies. But the fact that he left a little early, maybe he'll get home early enough, so... But we won't be coming back to the lake for a few more weeks, so I'm trying to soak it all in. I've got my Friday the 13th sweatshirt on today, and yeah, just wanted to open up the vlog for the week, and hoping it's a good week. And I always miss it when we leave, even though I know we're coming back. We own this place, it's ours. We can come anytime we want. I feel so at peace here. So I get sad when I leave. But anyway, welcome to the vlog. Bye, condo. See you next time. Really loved my birthday trip here. Hello there. It is Tuesday. It's Halloween week, so this day's shirt is this one that's got the Sanderson sisters from Hocus Pocus on it. I'll show you my shoes. I've got some Halloween shoes. They're from a place called Strange Cult, and I've had them for years. I only just wear them around Halloween, so they're in perfect condition, but I'll show you my shoes and just normal morning stuff. So coffee pot's going, so I'm gonna make my coffee, water, grab my lunch, all that normal stuff, and get headed out the door to drive down to the building and hope for a good day. It's supposed to rain all day, but I'll be indoors, so it doesn't matter. These are my shoes. My jack-o'-lanterns. Hello there. Today is Wednesday, and today's Halloween week shirt is my one that's got the murder kitty, and he's saying, "What?" And it's got like the little splatters over here. Excuse me. It's just plain white on the back, and I just have Converse on today. I'll show them to you, but yeah, I'm running a little bit late this morning, so I need to get my stuff together and get headed out the door and hope for a good day. And it's another raining all day, so it's been so dreary. And I picked these Converse out because they have like the red roses and they're black. I thought they would go good with this shirt. Hello, today's Thursday. I know it's just been a bam, bam, bam for each day, but haven't been up to too much, just working and stuff. Coffee pot's done. Today's shirt is a Jason hockey jersey. It says Voorhees on the back and has a 13, and I have Friday the 13th Vans on. I'll show you those. I don't remember if I showed you my earrings yesterday, but little ghosties. I got these at Marshall's, I think either last year or this year. I don't remember. I think this year. But anyway, it's Thursday. Get ready to get all my stuff together like I normally do. Get headed out the door. It's not supposed to be rainy today, so that's good. It's still chilly. It's been like in the 30s right now. We had a frost advisory last night, so I don't know if there's any frost or not. I'll look at the grass when I'm leaving. But anyway, let me show you my shoes and then get my lunch and all that and get headed out this door and hope for a good day. And there's my shoes. One has Jason's mask. The other says Friday the 13th. I've had these for a while too. Everything just always looks new because I only wear them at this time of the year. Although I could wear them at all times of the year. I think I might start doing that. But anyway, there's my Jason shoes, my Friday the 13th shoes. Hey guys, so today's Friday. I'm coming in to make myself another cup of coffee. And I am obnoxiously Halloween today. I'm like tacky Halloween. So I've got on this t-shirt that looks kind of like a knit, you know, the print of it. I got it at the thrift store a couple of years ago, but so this t-shirt, and then I will show you my pants and my shoes. I'm telling you, I'm obnoxiously Halloween today, but it is Halloween, so yay. So that is what my pants look like. See how they look like a knit also? And then there's my shoes. So yeah, I'm very colorful Halloween colors today. I realized I did not have Halloween earrings in, so I had to remedy that. But the little boo guys, I just say boo. But yeah, anyway, got my coffee, grabbed a granola bar. Now I'm gonna get back to work. So our only neighbor that has their lights on besides us is right across the street. So everybody's just driving down the street. We've had one trick-or-treater. One so far. The whole rest of the street, like the street we're on, is all dark. So we've seen a few trick-or-treaters go over across the street and then they just go straight down. Hopefully we'll get a few more. Otherwise, this is going to be the last year I buy candy because this is just ridiculous. Makes me sad. It's Saturday morning and I'm working on getting all the batteries out of all this stuff. That's like the worst part is getting everything out and putting the batteries in, and now taking the batteries out to put everything back up. Also this is actually my second cup of coffee. I put you in the cabinet. So, trick-or-treaters, we ended up with 8, and it was very disappointing because the 8th one was a little asshole. And not actually little. I think it was a teenager. They had a mask on. They did not sound like an adult. But they had a mask on. It was kind of a cool mask. And he came up to the door. And there was a car, like with its hazard lights on, in front of the house. And that was the car he had gotten out of. And Brian asked him, "Oh, that's a neat mask. Where did you get that?" And he said, "I stole it off my neighbor's porch," is what he said. And Brian was just like, "Oh, okay," you know. And Brian came back in and he was like, "There's something up with him." And the car kind of sat there for a little bit after he got in there. And then he went over to the neighbor's house across the street. And they had like a candy bucket outside. They're a little bit older and they decorate really cool for Halloween, but I don't think they want to like get up and down multiple times because they actually get quite a few trick-or-treaters right across the street. And I say it that way since it's like a lot of them don't come to our house, but they'll go over there. It's like they start over there. I'm taking batteries out still. And he got candy. And then the house, I think the house we live on a cul-de-sac. And then the one like in the center of the cul-de-sac had their light on. I didn't realize that at first. But anyway, he went down there, and I was sitting in a chair where I could see outside because I was watching for the trick-or-treaters. And then and Brian was watching too. Saw him go back over across the street, and he was kind of standing around their candy bucket, and he was like bent down. And I think what he did was he emptied all their candy on the ground, because then he grabs their container that they had the candy in, which was kind of like an oval shaped like bin, takes off with it. But he had it kind of sideways, so I think either he didn't care about candy falling out of it and was just out there for the thrill of stealing it, asshole, or he had dumped the candy out. I don't know. But just really, at that point it was like 8:15, and Brian's like, well, and when I saw him grab that and he was getting in the car, I went outside because I was going to see if I could get the license plate number off the car, but I couldn't. And then Brian's like, don't say anything, because I don't want him like coming back and jacking with our house or something. But I was pissed. Brian was pissed too, because, we sat and watched our neighbors put out all their Halloween decorations. They had their house all cute. They had like welcome trick-or-treaters, and they've got grandkids and I don't know, they decorate for Christmas, and they're just really nice people, and it just really pissed me off, that jackass stole their stuff. But anyway, at that point, Brian's like, well, we're done. We're not passing out any more candy or anything. Plus, at that point, he was our 8th trick-or-treater, and because we were going to stay passing out candy until 9, and then Brian goes in the office, sitting in the dark, just watching. He was like, the trick-or-treaters were done by then anyway. And, normally I have no issue with teenagers trick-or-treating at all. I think it's really cool that the vast majority are just trying to hang on to their childhood, I was so sad when I had to stop trick-or-treating. I probably would have trick-or-treated up until I was a teenager. As a matter of fact, I think I was getting a bag, put all these batteries in. I think I did trick-or-treat one time as a teenager. And it was that. We just were hanging on to our childhood, looking at people's Halloween decorations. We never would have thought to steal something from someone, or, luckily I haven't seen it for a while, at least in our area, people vandalizing, but at least at Halloween, somebody one time went around like stabbing at Christmas the blow-ups that people do, poking holes in those, which is also really crappy. But I think I got batteries out of everything now. But he just ruined the rest of the night. It's just like, I hope karma bites him in the ass. He wasn't the one driving the car. There was other people in the car, you could see. He probably just thought he was just hot shit, telling, and we were giving out big handfuls of candy because we have a lot of candy. I bought, Brian's going to take it down to his friend Frank's. I bought this big thing, and we still have this much left. We had it in a Menards bucket, but you can see the reflection. I mean, there's a ton of candy left, and it had M&Ms, Twix, Snickers, and Milky Ways in it. So good candy. And we were just handing out, and they'd come up and we'd just be like giving them a whole handful because we had so much candy. And we could tell we weren't going to get a lot of trick-or-treaters. This is not a giant treat bag. It's like the cat's like, what you got there? So, but yeah, that really put a damper on the night, and it just, oh, jerk. Anyway, now I'm going to start taking this stuff out to the shed. I always get sad putting Mr. Bones up. But once Halloween's over, you know me, I'm watching scary movies all year long. I'm good with scary movies and stuff. I read scary books all year long. But once Halloween's over, I'm just kind of ready to get the decorations put back up. And sometimes I decorate a little bit for fall. Sometimes I don't. I'm not really feeling it this year to decorate for fall. And then after Thanksgiving, we'll have Christmas. We'll see how I feel then. Because I'm always the one that does all this. I'm always the one gets everything out, sets it all up, puts it all back up. It gets tiring. I enjoy it, but yeah. So anyway, now I'm going to start putting this stuff back up in the shed. I just figured I'd tell you about the little asshole we met. And man, I do hope karma bites him in the ass. Django. Hey, buddy. So that is done. So now I'm going to finish this scarf. I don't have a whole lot left of the yarn, but so now I'm going to pull up a YouTube video or two, and I'm going to finish knitting this scarf and then possibly start another one. He moved. Django. Hi, buddy. So I finished it. So now I'm going to go pick out another skein of yarn. I think maybe another one that I just need one and get it knitted up. I have a bunch of yarn in this bag. I think I'm going to grab this out. So this is another like blanket yarn, so it'll make a thicker scarf. But it'll be striped, just like 3 colors. But that's what that skein looks like. You untie it here and then it turns into kind of like a tube. I've done a couple of scarves out of this kind of yarn before. So it is still Saturday, and we decided to run some errands. We went to Sam's Club and got a few things. And now we're gonna go eat a late lunch at Jack Stack Barbecue, which is, this one's in Martin City, Missouri.
It's the original. This is the best barbecue in the world.
It's the original, but
in the world.
Jack Stack has the best barbecue in Kansas City, in my opinion. Now we're gonna drive around a little bit, looking at fall leaves.
We're gonna go down a famous
After we get done with waiting for the train.
parkway in Kansas City called Ward Parkway. We'll drive down Ward Parkway and get some video. It's a pretty street. These are the old historic houses in KC, like Tudors, and all these are Tudor style. Look at the ivy on that one.
Wow.
Parkway. Love that stone church. That is really amazing church. Properties.
Look at all their skeletons. It's so cool.
Look at this next one, Ange. Look at all the pumpkins on their stairs and then their porch. Show this next one. They did really good with all the gourds and pumpkins.
Got a bunch of them.
There's nobody behind us. Look, they got a tennis court there in their side yard.
Wow.
If you guys haven't noticed, we're in the old school money part of Kansas City.
Beautiful.
This is
It's
generational wealth here, guys.
Really cool houses.
They're amazing.
They're all different.
Look at
too.
this one. Look at that. That is just so cool looking, man.
Yeah.
I'm a woodworker, so I love all the woodworking and the architecture. I love looking at it. And then my other buddy's a brick mason, so he likes looking at all the brick ones. Look at the columns on this thing, Ange. Look at that one. Doesn't that just look so cool?
I like all the flowers.
Yeah.
Pretty. Oh, I like the stone house on the corner.
It's insane. So awesome.
It's really a pretty house.
They're historic. All these homes are well over 100 years old, probably, or close to it, or more than that.
Haha, look at the skeletons hanging off of the...
Hanging.
Those are so cool. Ooh, those are pretty flowers.
Wow, yeah. This one could be a rebuild. Nah. Sometimes if they get in really bad shape, they'll knock them down and rebuild them, but then they'll rebuild them to look like the old houses.
This house is cool. I like how they have balconies like up on the tops. Like it's probably like the bedroom and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Really cool.
Now we're back to Ward Parkway.
Hello there. Today is Sunday. Got the morning news on. Talking about the NFL right now. And having first cup of coffee. I think today for both of us is going to be a lazy day. Brian's going to watch football, play his game. I'm probably going to knit, watch YouTube, play my game. I might read. I'm not sure yet, but I'm just going to have a lazy day. It's the first morning where there's frost everywhere outside. So it got down in the low 30s last night. So just going to stay in and stay cozy. But yeah, it's Sunday. So I've gotten this much of this scarf done. I think I'm going to finish it today, but it's almost noon. I think I'm going to go get this is all the yarn that's left. I think I'm going to go ahead and get my shower for the day and then make some lunch. Got the Kansas City Chiefs game coming on at 3:30, and I just been watching YouTube videos, and Brian and I watched a little bit of TV, but just getting a lot of knitting done. Got this one done. Now I'm gonna go pick out some more yarn and start another one. And I'm trying to use up like the big things of yarn because they take up a lot of space. What color is this? Purple Sunset. And then it'll just take one skein for a scarf. So I'm going to start that one. I don't like how it's getting dark so early now. Well, the Kansas City Chiefs lost. It's just a game. But anyway, oops. Just got the low battery warning on my phone. So anyway, I am going to wrap the vlog up for the week. I'm actually almost done with that purple scarf. I was like knitting all through the game and everything, but my hand is like kind of sore from holding on to the loom. So I don't think I'm going to finish it tonight. I think I'm going to finish it tomorrow night, give my hand a break. But I totally forgot tomorrow was Monday and I work from home on Mondays. And I'd picked out my clothes for tomorrow. I'd set my alarm, set the coffee pot up. And then Brian was like, "You're working from home tomorrow, right?" And I was like, I completely forgot. And because I still have my laptop plugged in here and everything, because I work from home Mondays and Fridays. And he's like, "Well, you could just go in tomorrow and work from home Thursday and Friday." And it's like, no, I've got my clothes picked out for Tuesday now. Because tomorrow I'm just going to put on probably gym clothes. yeah. Anyway, I'm wrapping the vlog up for the week. Thank you so much for joining me this week, and I hope you come back next week. Bye.